That was silly. Hi. Welcome to Money Mastery, Episode 8. How's everybody doing today? This is Nancy V. I am here on my own today because my fearless friend Roseanne Golan couldn't make it, and I just want to send her lots of love. Everybody else send her lots of love as well. If you're here, please pop in the comments. Just let me know who you are, because if you haven't allowed StreamYard to identify you, I'm not going to know who you are. So if you can just put your name in the comments, I would love to see you and interact with you. Otherwise, it's just going to be me talking to a little green light, which is fine. And please come in later and interact later, because today we're going to have a fun filled day in Money Mastery. All right. Are y'all ready? Cool beans. Today's episode was inspired by a dear friend, Miss K, and she wrote in the comments, or wrote a post about, like, what do I do? What do I do? I get it, and it slips through my fingers, or it goes away. So today's topic is, let's see what I wrote. Today's topic is, now you see it, now you don't. Why money seems so elusive. And I want to let you know, like, in my own life, that was how I saw money. I just really thought that money was an illusion. It was elusive. It didn't want to be around me. It was difficult to make. It was difficult to create. And that it just kept slipping through my fingers. Whenever I would get it, a big expense would come with it. And so it was just going out. So it just kind of felt like this stream of inflow, outflow, but nothing like, like we tend to feel really secure. We have this sense of security when we have a certain amount in our bank account, and everybody has their own set point. We're going to be talking about set points today too, but everybody has this amount of money in their mind where they feel like, oh yeah, like, ooh, everything's good. So I've got some people coming in for a moment, so just chill for a second. I'm going to put you on mute. I'll be right back. That was my son. He just brought me a bag of crawdads that he and his girlfriend just caught at the creek. It's so cool. We've had an amazing day here. I'm going to totally go off topic for a second. This morning it was thundering and lightning and somehow my partner said, bring that into your money talk today. And I'm like, I have no idea how to do that, except for maybe that's how money comes to us with these lightning strikes. Yeah. But how do we keep from burning up that money, right? In the lightning strike, how do we keep that from burning up and disappearing? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's just start. How about we start? So hopefully, if you've been on with us before, you've totally understand the process of having more money, receiving more money is not just a left brain process, right? It's not only about what you do and what you receive, how you're working, how you're getting money, what you're getting paid for, right? Having money is also a right brain activity, right? We need to have and develop and cultivate a relationship with money, just like you would have and cultivate a relationship with a best friend or a lover, or a family member. Really think about everything in your life is energy. has an energetic signature. So we have I have a relationship with my mess behind me. I have a relationship with my bamboo plant. I have a relationship with my kids and with my partner. I have a relationship with money. I have a relationship with my body. Everything we are in relationship with. And think about the relationships in your life with people. Think about the relationships in your life with some inanimate object as well. When they're good, right? Think about a good relationship that you're in right now, whether it's with a person or with it's in an inanimate object. Maybe you have something in your life. Maybe it's a material possession. Like it's like awesome, right? Well, you have a really good relationship with that thing. Think about a person that you're in a really good relationship, your best friend, your lover, your partner, whatever, think about that relationship. Why is it such a really great relationship? Now think about your relationship with money. Are you treating money like you are these other things or these other people? Are you in a really good relationship with money? And so if you're not cultivating money into this really awesome, loving, amazing, high five, I love you, man relationship, then that's what you're going to be receiving back in your life from money is a poor relationship. It's pretty easy. It's like, think about, I'll just be super vulnerable here. I'll share about a relationship that I had. I had a really good friend, and I started not honoring that relationship. I started treating that relationship and taking it for granted. And I started not listening to my friend. And so pretty soon she put up with it for a while, but pretty soon she's like, hey, I don't feel like I'm in a relationship with you. I don't think I want to be in a relationship with you. You're not really treating me with kindness or respect anymore. What's going on? Have we just grown apart or whatever, and money's the same thing. If you're not treating money with kindness, respect, with honor, with reverence, with attention, right? If you're not giving money positive attention, it's going to be like your best friend is just like, hey, you are not treating me well. I'm going to go find somebody else to hang out with. I'm going to go find somebody who like really wants me to be around and wants me to be around in a healthy relationship, right? The other thing that we do with money is we get clingy, right? We get totally clingy and we're like, oh my God, where are you? I totally need you. Oh my God, I'm broke. Oh my God, please help me. I need more money, right? Well, who wants to be in a relationship with somebody who's a clinger and a whiner and a complainer, right? Do you want to have somebody around in your life who's always complaining that you're not around? That's always complaining that your attention isn't enough? No. So money wouldn't do that. That money is not going to hang out with you if that's how you're treating money. Okay, so that's the first thing. You really got to, when money is slipping through your fingers and it's really elusive, you got to look at the relationship that you have with money. Can you give me just a moment? I think my dog is locked out and he's having a hard time. Hold on just a second. I'll be right. Okay, I'm back. Whew. Poor dog. Poor Bubba. Bubba got locked out. All right. So that's one thing. Hey, how are you doing, Janet? Nice to see you. So glad that you're here. Awesome. So the next thing we want to talk about money is, you know, what is money? It's a circulating machine, right? So like if you feel like money's elusive or it's always going through your fingertips, you have to realize that money likes to be used. It likes to be in this cycle. It likes to come to you and then go. It's like, it's kind of like the wind, right? It like comes and it goes, or the cycles of the moon. It goes and goes around in a circle. So we get to receive it and we get to give it. We get to receive and give, and that's money loves to be used. It just loves to go be in that ebb and flow. It's an energy, right? It's an energy, so it wants to ebb and flow. So when we're talking about money, it really likes to know how it's going to be used. So right now, if you're feeling like, oh, it just goes out my fingertips, I get it, and it's just like, oh my God, I get an expense, or it just goes out my fingertips. I need to ask you, like, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on what you're going to use your money for? Because if you don't know what you want to invest your money in, and I'm going to use the word invest instead of spend, because, money likes, when we're spending, it's almost like it's a mindless action to me. It's like, okay, we're just, I'm just spending money. It has no, I have I'm not keeping track of it. It has no importance to me. But if we think about when we're giving our money as an investment, it's like we get to have appreciation for it. We get to know where it's going. We get to say thank you, money, for being here, so I could invest in these groceries so I can eat for the rest of the week, or invest in some new clothing so I can feel, well dressed. When we think about our money is going out is an investment of almost an investment of our happiness, right? Because when we spend money, when we're giving our money away, usually it's because we're investing in an emotional tie. We're investing in something that's going to make us happy. So we need to really look at, what are we investing our money at? And if you don't know on a monthly basis what you're going to invest your money on, then your money's just going to get spent. And it's just going to get spent free floated. You're just going to like hand it out. It's just going to slip through your wallet. You're going to be at the supermarket and you're just going to buy something, a candy bar or some peanuts or whatever. It's not going to be a mindful investment. And you may even want to go further when you look at where your money is going. Is where you're spending your money in alignment with your values? So maybe, this is I love this anyway, analogy. So maybe you're trying to lose weight, right? Maybe you're trying to lose weight. Are you investing your money on healthy food, or and allocating it and knowing that you're going to invest that amount of money a month on your healthy food, because you know that feeding your body the correct food is going to help you feel better and release weight? Or are you not going to pay any attention to that? You're on a diet, you want to lose weight, money comes in, and then you're at the supermarket and you're buying a Slim Jim, right? It doesn't allow with your values when you're buying a Slim Jim. You're investing in something that doesn't align with your value of releasing weight when you're not being focused, when you're not being mindful about what you're spending. So money likes to be used mindfully. The more mindful that you can be about your expenses and your investments in your life, and if they align with your values, the more you're going to acknowledge that, oh my gosh, wow, it's not slipping through my fingers. I got to invest in this really awesome organic food, and that aligned with my value to lose weight. I got to invest and put money aside for this really awesome car that I want to drive. Or I got to invest in some money in a insurance policy because I need it for my business, So when your money knows where it's going to be spent, it doesn't feel like it's so elusive. It doesn't feel like it's just going out there willy-nilly. Okay. So that's another reason you may feel like money is elusive and you're losing it as soon as you get it. It's because you haven't determined where you're going to spend it. So I really encourage you to do that. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down what you want to spend your money on. Otherwise, this is going to go whew, and it's going to feel like you don't have it. So write it down so that you can see what you're really spending your money on. Another thing that we can talk about when we're talking about elusiveness of money, this really has nothing to do with it, but I want to bring it up anyway. You know me, I love to bring this up. I want to bring up set point. I want to bring up something called set point. Okay. So we all have a financial set point. Okay. It's what you feel comfortable receiving right now and what you feel comfortable letting go right now. It's that cycle. It's what you're used to. It's habitual, right? And, one of my story is like, I created a set point. I created a set point. I'm going to laugh at myself. I created a set point about money, like, God, I would say 20 years ago. Okay. My set point of money, like in my 20s up to about 28, was kind of like in flow and in flux. And I just hadn't, I was in a good relationship with it. I really liked it. I love to earn it. I love to work. I love to create it. I love to make it. I was making about 6 figures, like by the time I was 26 years old. And it's like, no problem, no worries. It was all good. Everything was all good. But then I had a breakdown. Then I had like kind of like a mental breakdown, and I couldn't work the job that I was doing anymore because I was just so emotionally distraught. And so I lost that job. And as soon as I quit, really, as soon as I quit that job, I was like, what am I going to do for money? And when I went out to the marketplace and tried to recreate that situation, it was like, nobody wants to hire me. Nobody wants to hire me at that value that I was making. Maybe I'm not as good as I thought, right? And so my set point was up here previously when I was working my job, and then immediately it went down to here, down to here. And it was like really low. And I didn't have the confidence at that time to start to rebuild it, or even start to have, because I was having all these breakdown issues and burnout issues, I wasn't able to rebuild it. So really, I spent the last like 20 years, yeah, at this set point, where I was only allowing myself to receive and create this amount of money. And boy, was that, oh boy, frustrating, sad, harsh, right? Until I started to doing this inner work with money and learning more and more and more about how to create abundance and how to think abundantly. So that's why I'm telling you right now, you may have a set point where you can only receive and release this amount of money. If you want your set point to raise, you're going to have to get used to a new set point. One of the easiest ways to do that, there's probably different ways, but one of the ways, what is your dream amount of money? Again, we talked about allocating, knowing exactly. Okay, I'm back. Wow. I got a notice from PG&E right before I started this live stream about how they're going to do like rolling power outages throughout California because we're using too much electricity because it's been so hot. So if we do end transmission like that again, I'm sorry. I'll just come on again. I'm sorry. But we're talking about set points. So one, you want it to raise your set point. You want to know exactly what that dream income is for you and how you're going to allocate it. So you're going to want to make another list, and you're going to make out, decide what you want for in your personal life, what you want for your business life, and get a monthly income, get a monthly income of what you really want. The second thing you're going to want to do is that when you receive money, if you're always receiving money, and sometimes you're receiving a little bit more money, you're going to want to try to keep that money in your bank account for a while. Maybe for 10 days, maybe that will help you. Maybe for 21 days, Usually what happens when we receive a larger amount of money than we're used to, we're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to pay off my credit cards. I'm going to pay my bills. I'm going to do this. Blah, 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 and you're going to give it away because money likes to circulate. And then what happens? You give it all away and you're back to zero. Okay. Have you ever heard about lottery winners? Lottery winners usually return to their previous set point, which may have been low set point. They usually return to that within 2 years after receiving their lottery money. It's because they don't allow it to simmer. They don't allow themselves to get used to having this amount of money in the bank, right? And so when we're talking about resetting set points, we want to be able to just kind of like, ooh, this feels good. How does it feel to wake up every day and have your bank account not have dropped? How does it feel every day to have that amount of money in your bank account? And that's what you want to try to do when you're creating new set points is one, know exactly where you want to invest your money at the higher level, know exactly what you want to bring into your life, and also know that you have this amount, you want to get used to having this amount of money in your bank account. So it feels like, oh yeah, that's normal. That's my new normal. Ooh, yeah. You don't have to pay off all those bills all at once. I know it's good to pay off a few. I get it. But see if you can just sit. If you don't have to pay them all off, if they're not back, they're not overdue, if you can just sit with that money and just like, oh yeah, ooh, wake up. Wake up a few days, wake up every day for a week and go, ooh, that's pretty cool. Ooh, and then feel into that. What does that feel like? What does it feel like to know what your expenses are going to be when you raise your set point? How does it feel like to have that higher set point? Really get into that feeling space, because that is one of the ways that money is going to stop feeling like it's just going through your fingertips and it comes and it goes. You got to be mindful. You got to know where it's got to go. What else do we want to talk about today when we're talking about that? I think, yeah, we've talked about everything. I think we talked about everything pretty much. All right. So let's recap if we can for today. We're talking about how to keep it, right? How to keep it when you get it. All right. And we have to be aware, one, that money is a cyclical thing. It's a circuit. It likes to go in and out. It likes to ebb and flow. It likes to keep moving. There's a story about a man, in this book I read about this man, right? And he like stashed his bills and all over his house, right? And he was, he just would receive money, he would work it, and bye now, and he would just stash his money, whatever he received, in different areas of his house, but he never spent it, right? He just stored it away. He didn't believe in banks. He didn't put it in the banks. He just stored it in his house. But as he aged and he had all this money keep coming in, he never spent it on upgrades on his house. He never spent it on new clothes or cleaning. He just never spent it. He always hoarded it. He always saved it, And so he died. Right. And when he died, they found all this money like in his house. But think about it. If money wasn't doing anything when he was hoarding it, it was dead. It had no value. Right. Money has value when we know what we want to spend it on or invest it in. Does that make sense? Yeah. So when you're doing these processes, make sure that you realize like money likes to go in and out. It does like to cycle. It wants a purpose. So know what money's purpose is, and it won't feel like it's just going through your fingertips. It won't feel like it's so elusive. It won't feel like you never have it. If you know exactly what you want to invest it in. Also realize that money is an energy. If you're treating money like like a clingy, complainy, crazy person, or if you're treating money like you don't appreciate it and you don't want it to be around you, guess what? Money isn't going to be around you, and money's going to run as far away from you as it can, because we are in relationship with everything on this planet, even ourselves. So make sure that you're treating your relationship with money with respect and with love and with kindness, and talking to it and telling it what you would want to invest it in, right? And then also, if you're trying to set your upgrade, your income, your money needs to know why. Why do you want to make more money? Why do you want to receive more money? And tell it why. Write down what your ideal income would be like. And then when you do start to raise your set point, sit with the money for a while so your mind and your body get used to having a new set point. All right. Any questions, please just pop them in the comments below. Let me know who you are. If you don't want to give StreamYard access to your Facebook profile, totally understand if you don't. And I'm super grateful that I got to come on with you and give you another episode of Money Mastery. You guys are awesome. Also, just know, like, I most of my money, I would say like 99.998% of my money mastery has come from being in the Freedom Era, which is a business community that Roseanne and I are both in. We've learned so much about how our money mindset, how to be mindful with our money from this program. If you have any questions about it, please just reach out to us. We'd love to share it with you. We did have a 4-day workshop that helped you design your ideal life, look into your money story, redesign your money story, look into where you want to leave your money as you go, and tell you how to increase your set point. So if that's something that you're interested in, it's still available until the end of the month. It's a 4-day free workshop here on Facebook in a free Facebook group. So let us know, reach out to Roseanne or I if you're interested in more information on the Freedom Era or the 4-day workshop. We would love to just hook you up, hook you in there. It's, there's no sales. Not obligated to buy anything. It's just incredible information that will help you up level your money mindset. And really, one of the reasons why Roseanne and I started this group, if you haven't watched our intro video, is because we really want everybody on the planet to understand and get that we are not slaves, right? We are not slaves to somebody else. We all have the same ability to live a life of our dreams, to live life on our terms. And one of the ways that we get to do that is to upgrade our money mindset, upgrade our relationship with money. And I feel like it's important that everybody on the planet has this information so that they have the tools to live the life that they want on their terms. All right, y'all. Mwah. Thanks for being here. And we'll see you on Friday, hopefully. Roseanne and I will be doing another Frequency Friday. Woohoo! Can't wait to see you. Bye now.